everyone, this is Professor McAllister. I want to thank the class for coming today. We have an invited guest speaker today. This is an introduction to communications here at the College of Rochelle, Restoration Plaza in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. His name is Dillard. He's over there. Please pan to him. And what we're going to cover today with Ken, he's a sketch artist. At one time, he worked for Walt Disney out in California,
Florida, actually.
in Florida.
Yes.
And presently, he's employed with Kingsborough Community College. And the topic today is cartooning and how it relates to communication. You see, when I wrote community, but it's really communication, right? But the words are related, right? All right, so that was a subliminal mess up, probably to a certain degree. But it's a double meaning to that, right?
Yeah.
So without any further ado, I'd like to present Kenley Dillard. And during the class, if you want to get sketched by him, it could be memorable for the rest of your life. You could allow him to sketch you, right? If you want to. It's up to you. Come on up, Kenny.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, I have to put an applause track to this because, as you can see.
Can I raise this over here?
Yes, please.
All right, folks. Starters,
Yes.
I know that at some point in your lives as kids that you have all drawn stuff. You know what I mean? You know, you watched a lot of cartoons and whatnot. Thing is, though, as a cartoonist, because aside from working at Kingsborough Community College, where I help out other cartoonists, young cartoonists, try to develop their skills and everything, I draw comic books. And one of the main things I've learned from doing cartooning for all these years and drawing caricatures of people and all of that, ultimately, a cartoonist's job is to tell a story and it's to communicate, but ultimately, is to create recognizable things so that people can recognize what it is that's being drawn. Now, what I'm going to demonstrate right here, I'm going to draw something in its simplest form. Simple. But the real question is, will any of you in this room recognize what I've drawn? And we're going to go into the reasons why. You guys ready?
Sure.
All right. As funny as this looks, what is this? It's a horse. Okay, it's a horse. Have you ever seen a horse that looked like this in real life?
No.
Uh-oh.
Okay, you haven't. But how can you tell it's a horse?
Pretty much generally the same sort of design of a horse.
That's right. That was simple. But what if I did this? Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what does this look like? It still looks like a horse.
Right.
Now, what was the difference between the first thing I drew and this drawing right here?
That's more realistic.
Is more realistic, right? Now, you've seen a horse that look, if not exactly like this, very similar. Due to its anatomy, due to the parts and everything. You see, what I'm trying to convey to you folks here today is that when you recognize things, Okay? You recognize things by its simplest forms.
Right.
But when you're looking at something that is realistic, you're looking at things in very complex form. Now, the idea behind cartooning is that you're simplifying complex figures. You're simplifying complex and abstract ideas. So if I was to, no matter what time it is, this is 2017, right? But I sure as heck, if I did something like this, you can tell me what this is right here. What is this? It's a TV set. Now, here's my point. Do you see a lot of people as an old school television,
Right.
but you can tell it's a television. no
Right,
matter
right.
what. You see, design is very universal.
Right.
Well,
Okay.
you know, today's children may not recognize that though.
No.
Exactly.
No.
Today's children.
Today's children, because they are used to seeing flat screens. And,
Yes.
Oh, you mean this?
Yes. Yes.
and all of that. Because even my daughter, she didn't know what a VCR was. And I was
Right.
But that's a VCR.
You were gonna say
I
something,
know. I was
Sean?
just saying.
But you're right.
Lenny,
Yeah.
Kenny, hold on. Go ahead,
I
Sean.
was gonna say, but
Hold it.
people's perceptions are different because when you were first drawing that second example of the horse, I thought it looked like Beast from Beauty and the Beast.
True. Which he is part of different types of animals. But if I drew something like this,
Like my ex.
oh, that was savage. No pun intended.
Right.
But if you drew something like this, these symbols,
My goodness.
and they're very simple, not a lot of detail, just the most important parts. If I did something like this, now you mentioned something about the children not recognizing the television set. What you just said carries a lot of weight, and this is why. You see, the reason why you're able to recognize these things is simply because of all the experiences that you've had and what you've been taught, you know, the certain vocabulary that goes along with the things that you see. Okay? Like, I'll give you another example. I'm going to draw a very bad version of a famous person, but I want you to tell me, it goes back to recognition, if you know who this person is. Let's take this year, for example, because this is a very crazy year anyway.
Yeah, it is.
He has a loud mouth.
That's amazing.
Mine is Hitler.
Certainly ain't Mickey Mouse, is it?
Definitely not.
Look like Nixon.
But it looks like it looks like who it looks like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. Perception.
Ultimately, this is how most people see Mr. Trump. You know what I mean? This is how they see our president, or lack thereof. But the reason why you're able to recognize this is simply because all I simply did was put the hair. That's what people look for when they're looking for Trump. They're also looking for the mouth, because he has a big mouth. Of course, he's usually on a podium. You see, these symbols also help you recognize things, but it also has a lot to do with what you see in real life and what you accept as normal. Okay? Now, this can work for us, or it can really work against us, no matter what your ethnicity is.
Right.
The reason for that is because we live in a world where it is okay, at least most people say that it is. Some people just call it your sixth sense, but other people call it prejudice.
Right.
When you do something like, let's say, the difference between a good guy and a bad guy, I'll use that. Okay? I want you guys to tell me who's the good guy and who's the bad guy.
That would be considered the antagonist and the protagonist, right?
Right.
In drama.
Who looks like an antagonist.
Right.
the main characters?
Or the heroine or the hero is usually the protagonist.
I mean, all of this is
Look at that.
because the first known language is pictures.
Will you repeat that, please? The first
First
what?
known language is hieroglyphics.
That's right.
Right. And what does
Yes.
hieroglyphics contain?
Pictographs.
Pictographs,
So
which in other
big
words
cartoons?
Right.
Exactly.
Right. Right. But to me, it's just was there a connection between those pictographs and sound, perhaps,
That's right, vibration.
in Kemetic
And
philosophy?
vibration. Okay, you as a a musician
Right.
yourself.
Right.
What do they use to write music? It's not just words.
It's a representation of sound through
Representations.
symbols.
That's right, symbols.
That's what we're into now, symbols.
And that's what communication is. You
Right.
see, there are recognized symbols that you use to talk to people through pictures,
Right.
through even words. A great writer uses words the way an artist uses a paintbrush.
Very good.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, back to this over here.
Or a musician uses notes.
Right. Now, you can look at this guy.
Damn. My God.
Now, point blank.
What a
'cause
villain.
I've done everything I can to show you what type of character this is.
Mm-hmm.
Good guy, bad guy.
Bad guy.
He's a bad guy. What makes him a bad guy?
His eyebrow.
The weapon, his nose,
His nose.
the hat.
The
Not
hat.
necessarily the hat.
Okay.
Anybody can buy his hat in that world.
But
You know what I mean?
Sorry about
And
that.
this is why I say perception is everything, because I
They
agree
hang the
with you
chest.
with what you just said.
Right.
What makes him evil?
Right.
What makes him evil? We don't know his story though.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know whether he's evil or not. Like the people I grew up with look mean and have guns.
Right.
So
right.
they're not all evil.
Right. They all have lives, don't they?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? They could be. We don't know this guy. So why is he angry?
Yeah.
Why is
Because he's
he?
broke, he's trying to rob somebody.
He what? He what?
Because you
he's
know
broke,
what?
he's trying
And
to
rob
rob
somebody.
Rob somebody, but I
That
didn't even
proves
tell what.
everyone's perception is different.
Yeah.
This is an incomplete drawing, but what if I did something like this? All right, let's see. His eyes, I'm going to change the direction of his eyes because we don't know what he's looking at.
Wow. What a clean slate. Everything starts with that slate, right? That blank page, right?
Most of the time, because you see, the thing is that for me, there's no such thing as a blank page. I always have a picture in my mind all the time. So I already know what I'm going to put down on that board or
Wow.
that canvas or whatever before I even do it. Now, the thing is, it may not come out like a photograph, because that's what most people expect, but it's not photographic, it's autographic. I have my own style.
Repeat that again. It's not what?
It's not photographic, it's autographic.
All right.
Meaning that I have my own style, I have my own way of communicating, but my goal is, no matter what my style is, I always try to make sure people can recognize what I've drawn. Very, very important, otherwise I can't connect with anybody.
And there's no
Not just with
communication.
me, but any artist, any visual artist.
And what are you saying? There won't be any
Visual artist?
communication really taking place? Any authentic communication taking place?
Well, if you can recognize a horse and you've never seen a horse that looked like that, then I'm obviously saying something to you without words. You get what I'm
Wow,
saying?
yeah.
As with hieroglyphics, as with anything that can be recognized among the public.
Right.
This next example I'm going to draw, I'm not even going to try to make them look like bad guys or good guys. I'm going to let you guys determine whether they're good or bad. You guys are ready for this? Okay.
Are these drawings separate, or are they supposed to be part of one story?
One story.
Okay. Not
What?
yet, but soon.
What is What is going on here? My goodness,
Wait a minute,
That's
that's
Raphael
a
at the
lot.
gym.
I'm lost. I'm
And
lost.
that's me getting my leg lifted. That's the locker right there that I put my stuff
My
in. He at
goodness.
the gym.
Let's see, you got jokes.
Alright, got jokes.
That's the custodian. He's singing while he's working.
My goodness.
Cause he pushing the
Oh,
card.
let's see. Oh, I thought
You
that
don't
was...
like
He pushing the card. That look like a garbage bag hanging from
Okay,
him.
okay, I see what you're saying.
You got to take it to the videotape. You late.
There's some coworkers that's getting thrown under the bus because they're the laid back ones. That's the one that's hanging right there. So all the garbage go to them. Like
When you say hanging, do you mean as in like the
they're
old slavery days they used to hang folks, or
Like
do you
they're the
Well,
weak-
yeah, you have a character
they're the
that's
weak
being
link.
lynched right now.
Oh,
they're the weak link. They're the weak link. So they're hanging.
wow.
And the one in the big one right there, my old supervisor, she just mad at everybody. That's why she got the gun. That's right. She thinks somebody's scared of that. And it's always that third one, that fourth one in the back that's just standing there, just looking out from the outside. And that's one of the clients that's just looking at everything that's going on in the office, but they can't really say nothing. They just watching it. Like they know who's
you
who.
recognize those type of people, don't you?
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, he looks like the boss to me.
This
The one
guy
who's
right here?
whistling.
Yeah, she was the
Yeah,
boss.
because he got the gun,
Mm-hmm.
and to me, like he's whistling. He to me whistling. That means he's like kind of like carefree, nonchalant. The woman who's tying her shoe, she looks frustrated, and the man in the back, he looks frustrated. And this one, well, you can't see the woman with her back to us, but at the same time, between these two characters that you can see their expressions, and this one, it's totally different. And he's the only one carrying the firearm, so he just looks like the boss.
He look like he's in charge,
Yeah,
right?
he's in charge.
Just because he has that little strap around like the cowboys wear, has a little gun walking to the side. He apparently looks carefree and whatnot, doesn't really care. But you picked up on a lot as well. Does anybody else pull anything from this?
And who was that person? Like, did they
Who?
throw him in the trash? Did they kill somebody?
Did they kill some? Okay, I'm
Right.
glad you said that. Because I actually put two different alternate realities in this, even though this is a very simplistic drawing. If you notice, over here, this guy over here is hung.
Mm.
Okay?
Oh, he's
Isn't it?
hung. I thought he was.
Yeah,
I
he's
didn't even
being
realize
lynched.
that he's hanging.
He's getting lynched
I
in
didn't
a
realize
locker
that.
room?
Yeah, it
Who
doesn't
does
make
that?
sense. That's what I was saying. I'm like, you have a very vivid imagination. And because, yeah, I've seen the person lynched, and I'm seeing the hand that looks like it's reaching out from being in the trash.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just like
A whole lot of stuff going on now.
And because that person is being lynched, and this dude has a gun and whatnot, now he's perception of an old fat white man.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And meanwhile, his sister behind him is upset about something,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't know what's going on with the other chick in the front.
That's right. We don't know why she's there.
Yeah,
But how do you know that she didn't do all of this to these people?
we don't know.
Because her back is turned.
We don't know. She may have done it and been like, I ain't saying nothing.
Right.
She may have
She
been a
might
part
have
of
seen
it.
it.
but-
Now, honestly, folks, what I did here in front of you, I did 3 stories in one.
Mm.
Okay.
3 stories in one that could or could not have anything to do with one another. Okay? What I did was I took a realistic situation here. Now, because this could be anybody. There's a lot of ladies that go in the locker rooms and tie their shoelaces. You know what I mean? There's a lot of custodians that walk around, but I've never seen one with a gun around his waist. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So in order for
Texas.
communication to work, and it goes back to what I said before, you gotta take stuff that people recognize, the symbols that people recognize, and use it, and then you can create anything you want with this. Now this is pure fiction.
He's a custodian in Texas.
It could be, but I never said that. I never said that. But
That's
you,
why you got a gun.
but you're the storyteller. You get to
And that's
say,
where they hang people.
Stories and drag people from the back of
but
truck.
that's based on facts, right?
Mhm.
That could happen rather than what actually happened. You get what I'm saying? That's how fiction can get you. That's why when you look at those movies that look so real, like even a Marvel Comics movie, they look so real, but you're never going to see some guy blasting down the street. You're never going to see Superman jump over a building in real life unless he's on some steroids that are off the market. You know what I mean? You're not going to see that, but it's believable to you because it's a real person dressed up doing those things on the screen, and in your imagination, the imagination can't tell the difference between what is real and what isn't. That's just how the mind is. That's why you dream at night. You know what I mean? That's why you get those weird dreams. You know, it looks so real, but try walking on a cloud in real life. You know what I mean? But it's plausible in your mind. And that's how stories like this work. It's a plausible situation. Now, I'm going to tell you this. What if I took away this, took away this,
And the gun. Take away the gun. Now you got a WNBA basketball star tying her shoelace, getting ready for game.
exactly. But I didn't write anything about no NBA on this.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because then it tells a completely different story that may not look like a photograph, but it's believable because there's a lot of people who do this.
Yeah, that's still me before I resigned.
Those people, you know what I
I
mean?
started coming to work like that.
Right, but it could be you. But guess what? It's not you, but you can relate to the character
Yeah.
because it's in a believable context. You get my drift? So that's how that works. That's how commercials work. You learn that commercials, they give you a believable situation, and whatever it is that they're trying to sell to you, they try to give you a solution to that unwanted situation.
Plus, they use music to send it into your subconscious.
Yes.
Oh, I got one just as good in how it relates to cartooning. But
My
first, yes.
God.
Sometimes though, whatever they put in, depending on what they were trying to relay through the commercial, it could be a distraction. Because sometimes I remember the music, but I don't remember what they was trying to sell. It's like me and my friend was talking the other day. It was talk. They was
Maslow.
I still don't even remember what they was trying to sell. I just remember it was a cleaning product, but the woman was mopping her kitchen counter with a chicken. And so my friend said to me, what product, like, what was they trying to sell again? Was it Lysol? Was it Clorox? I was like, I don't know. I don't remember. But you just, like, you don't know because part of that was kind of a distraction. You like, what?
Well, I got one for you. I got one for everyone in this room.
Okay.
I know we all travel the subways. We all have those crazy New York City advertisements and all of that stuff.
I know.
I mean, honestly,
I like looking at them.
You don't like looking at them?
No, I said I like looking at them.
You like looking at them.
Yeah, when I'm in the subway, I like looking at the ads when I'm on a train, I go by. And
All right, this one out. And I don't know if you guys ever noticed these advertisements.
So you can't be brainwashed.
And it's not just New York City.
I grew up in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
You're not gonna brainwash me.
I know.
I'm going to draw something right now. And the next time you look at your advertisements, you take a good look at this. Now, this is not based off of a real advertisement, but this is just an example of the type of stuff that I see when I look around. Hold on a second. There's nothing to be afraid of. It's just something.
Well, you're
to be
looking at the
aware of.
alternate reality. Maybe it is a satanic alternate reality, right?
No, we just say that it's satanic.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
Is it an alternate reality? Are they trying to bring an alternate reality?
I've never seen no bleach in nothing.
What
I ain't looking for no bleaching cream either.
No, it's just like,
We're here to embrace all cultures and races.
No, we just.
bro, what if I did
But-
That's
but-
what we've been programmed to.
Exactly. From that perspective.
Yeah.
The dominant
You're
race.
speaking about being
Yeah.
programmed, but I got
Yeah.
another one for you.
he had no beard.
My goodness. Oh, Brooklyn.
Gentrification.
Right.
That's not the Brooklyn I know.
Yeah, but it's
Right.
the Brooklyn they want to know.
It's true.
It's true. But you're
It's
able
true.
to take your experience. Now, I didn't change one thing about this drawing. You already knew that. Oh, now check this out. What if I did this? All right, let's say I changed this.
I need to measure from here
is amazing.
There you go, sister.
A picture says 1,000 words.
What's that? Oh, yeah?
Some braids.
Oh, that's brave.
Fat nose, some braids.
Mayor de Blasio.
I can't stand it.
That was a good one.
With the dreads, with the dry.
Oh my God. I know where he's going with this.
The son gotta have waves. You gotta be spinning.
I know where he's
Give
going
him
with
a high
this.
top. Get him play.
Like,
Give him some braces
you
too.
look like Joe
Erase
from
your
Hell
head.
with that hat.
Oh my God.
That's where they get Joe stuff from.
I know what you're saying.
Please don't put Obamacare underneath that. That doesn't work. My
Oh,
God.
God.
No.
Oh no, they didn't.
Oh wow.
Oh my God. You see that?
See, that's
Did you see that?
That's the oxymoron because the people who are most on welfare are white.
White facts.
Wow.
All whites. Got houses and boats and all
I'm
that.
glad you're reacting the way that you are.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
glad that you're reacting the way that you are. And see, I did this on, of course, everything I've done here is on purpose, but this is the proof of point.
Yeah.
This is the proof of point. The point is, if I put welfare underneath this thing, all I did, I changed the features and all of that, you're going to get a reaction from people who work hard here,
Right.
people who struggle here, people who do make good money and all that other stuff
That's right.
and all of that. This would be deemed racist.
Wow.
You get what I'm saying? And all I did was change the features. I changed the message. Okay? But check this out. What if I did this?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What's he gonna put? Oh. Oh.
Still racist.
Is that still
Ah,
racist?
why?
We're not gonna
Come
stay.
on.
Yeah,
Hey,
exactly.
I'm gonna get an
What she
argument out of
just
me.
said.
What you said?
Who's to say we ain't gonna stay in school?
That's right. Who's to say, right?
That's just like saying.
That's implying that we're not gonna
Because
stay
the
in
reality of it is, we all sitting right here, right now.
But guess what? It's not just the reality of the thing. It's the shared reality.
Right.
Okay? And that's how you communicate. That's how you get a reaction out of people. Because if I went back to what I just did over here, did before, check this out. Now I'm gonna change the features.
Oh my God.
This brother looking like Bo Jackson. Hold on.
Yo, because Bo knows.
Hey, Bo, no. What if I did this?
The other one looks.
Now let's say I kept this guy over here, just the way he was before. I just changed my mind for a second. And let's say,
It was just weird.
make it extra pointy.
So it's supposed to be
A
a
mixed
black
family.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
Yeah, that's
No,
the
it's
spaghetti.
That's big.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah, you
reality.
on a roll.
That's a reality, right?
Very
Yeah.
much so.
What makes it a reality? You're not wrong at all. Nobody here is wrong. Just let you know.
Okay.
What makes it a reality?
Because America is trying to be progressive, and a lot of families today are biracial. That's just what it is.
It's
That's their
just
way
what
of
it is.
that's their way of showing that racism doesn't exist in America anymore.
Okay.
By projecting blended families, because a lot of commercials and stuff you see is like a black dude, white woman, and a mixed baby.
You know
Before
what?
it used
It's
to be just
like,
white families, and
Well,
now they're trying
it's
to.
like that Cheerios commercial. It was some people agree with it, and
Hold it.
some. It's like that
Hold
Cheerios.
it.
That's what it
It's
is.
like that Cheerios commercial with a little girl. You see a little girl that looks black. You know, she's putting Cheerios. But you don't on her father. Her father wakes up. She runs to her mother, and her mother's white. And that commercial it was very controversial because some people said that, oh, it's good because that represents America today.
Right.
Other people were saying it's fake. They're trying to push interracial relationships too hard. They're not being really genuine about how it is. And it was I was reading some of the, it was not old commercial, but before it became popular on Facebook, it had been out. Somebody had like posted it on Facebook, and I was just reading all thousands and hundreds of thousands of comments, and everybody had a different view of like what the person was, what Cheerios was trying to portray. Like, are they pushing it too hard, the interracial thing, or is that really reality in the United States? And it was just a going back and forth about.
So there's a political message in there.
Yeah.
Huh? Very unfortunate.
Remember the Gap one where it was two, a boy and a girl, but the daughter looked more black, and they didn't want her in it, but they were brother and sister, and the mother was white. Remember, it was a Gap commercial. They ended up taking it down because of that same thing. She wanted both of her kids in there, but one was too dark.
See, I think the issue that we face right now in America is that the majority ruling white baby boomer men and women now have all of these brown or adopted Asian grandchildren. So in order for their family to continue and have something, racism has to change, otherwise these children will be discriminated against. And so now that's the challenge here, that they're trying to figure out what to do, but there's nothing you can do. It's like Public Enemy said, fear of the black planet. It wonder interesting what we have to face as a future.
Over here, but once again, let's say this didn't say this, man. Let's say it says,
Uh-oh.
now this is where it gets dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Don't mix it up.
I'm for that.
That could, but you know what? That could be a sister with a nice,
Perm.
a nice Remy wig,
Right.
a nice Remy weave. I heard about Remy, I don't know much, but I heard about it, it's expensive.
Remy
And a brother with a brother with a flat top, and her son got hair from her great grandmother.
Okay, that's a nice story. That's a nice story.
They go to black family though. That's an Indian name.
That's a nice story, but the whole thing behind this is, remember what I said? You pull from your own experiences and everything? You're pulling from your own experiences to create your understanding of what is being seen. You get what I'm saying? Even though it's not really based on fact. These are fictitious characters right here that I'm just making up from my own experiences, but when I make the message and I set it in, well, not in stone, I set it in chalk or a piece of paper and pen
Right.
or whatever, you're going to believe whatever I tell you to believe. Because that's why the writer is known as the author, which
Right.
is short for authority.
Uh-oh.
Okay?
Preach.
All right? That means I'm the authority. So when you are trying to convey a message, you're creating characters, you're in authority of the symbols, you are in authority of the story, you are in authority of the definitions behind those symbols, you are in authority of the perception of the people who are following whatever it is that you're putting out there.
Or what's been handed down to you
And
by
find it out
tradition.
exactly from authorities that you believed in before. But there also comes a point where if you experience life enough and you're open-minded and your eyes are open,
Yes.
you start to form, you get to see with your own eyes. But it's hard because then you're going to get to a point where you're going to have to differentiate what people have told you to see versus what you actually see.
So is there another world possible, like Castro used to say in Cuba? Otro mundo es posible. Is another world possible?
It is possible because another world
Wait.
is possible due to the way you perceive the world. Like, you ever heard of the saying, change the way you think, you
Yes.
change the world
That's
and all
so
of
true.
that?
That's so true.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
We live in a society where old thinking has dominated the thoughts of the new. Okay?
Wow.
In other words, a lot of stuff, a lot of visions has been given through secondhand glasses.
Yes.
Facts.
Yes.
Facts.
Shattered
Yes.
frames and shattered lenses.
Wow.
Okay? So,
Deep. Deep.
so, but there comes a point you have to have the guts, the courage
Right, that's
to go
right.
get new lenses, to go get new frames
There
that
you go.
don't have little screws coming out of the sides, otherwise you will get screwed. And you just really need to see the world through your own eyes, but you have to be able to differentiate the difference between what you've been told and what you've been conditioned to believe versus what you actually see around you.
It's called a revolution, isn't it?
It's also called being objective
Okay.
and being realistic. That's what, and if you're realistic, then when you go to draw something,
Yes.
like even no matter what style it is, no matter if it's a stick figure or if it's a fully rendered figure,
Yes.
you'll be able to communicate effectively because not only you're drawing upon what it is that you're seeing, but there are people out there who will look at your stuff and be like, I always thought that. Or I know somebody like that. They can relate to you better. Okay? So as a communicator, you want to relate with your audience, but to relate with your audience, you got to be able to relate with yourself. See through your own eyes. And don't feel sorry for it, because there are going to be people, you may see through your own eyes and you explain it through your own perception, and people are not going to agree with you always. Okay? And, you know, they're not always going to agree with you, and they're going to argue you. That's not, like, okay, for example, there was a lady who came up to me one time in the cafeteria, and she had a card, and on this card it had a cow. Now, I know it's a cow. I've seen cows. I've drawn cows. I've lived near a farm once, okay? And this lady ran up to me, sure of herself, told me it was a horse. Seriously, this is a horse. I'm like, no, this is a cow. You can't tell me that it's not a cow. Oh. Not the horse, excuse me.
She was Asian?
No.
When you said it.
But she sounded like it. I'm like, miss, that's a cow. I've seen a cow. I look on the milk carton and the cow's right on it. That's what it looks like. And she was like, well, you must not be from the Caribbean, because where I'm from, horses look like this. I'm like, miss, I lived in Jamaica. Facts. I've seen cows and all of that. And then she went to everybody else and everybody said it was a cow. And she wanted to beat everyone up because she was the only one that thought it was a horse. And then later on that same day, she came up to me, I'm so sorry I gave you a hard time. I was really kidding with you.
Oh.
I know that it was a freaking cow.
The challenge.
Okay, so I say this to say to you guys this morning this. If someone's going to walk up to you and say that you're black, and you full well know this is the color brown,
Come on, somebody, take it to church.
or
Well,
you run into someone who is peach and different melanin, and they tell you that this is
White. Right.
is that
Right.
when you're peach.
Right.
So I'm a painter. Like, I don't paint Caucasians with white paint alone.
Right.
I paint them with all types of reds and browns and all types of stuff that gets that color.
Other people.
In other
Right.
words, because it was actually invented by a scientist, believe it or not. A scientist came up with the term black person, white person, yellow person. But because most people are walking around with the frames and the old lenses and all that other stuff, because that's what they're used to, they don't want to see it any other way. They don't want to get new glasses. We all make choices, don't we? So I choose to see through the lenses that God gave me, not the fake ones man tried to impose on me. With that, I say thank you very much.
Yes. All right. Yes. Give it up.